Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us on the Noon News. I'm Andrea Lutz. An update on Montana State University's ban trying to get to Frisco. We'll have that story in a minute, but first. New data says the U.S. is averaging 500,000 new COVID cases a day, with the Omicron variant leading the way. Well, that's about 6 positive tests per second, according to officials. And while cases are more than double from the average from this time last year, hospitalizations and deaths are actually down. Montana dispensaries say their first weekend of recreational sales was a success. Businesses selling $1.5 million on Saturday and Sunday alone. Recreational sales are taxed at 20%, and the Department of Revenue is still trying to estimate just how much money the state will bring in from those sales. Well, Governor Greg Gianforte says his $120 million tax cut is boosting business in Montana. He, of course, updated the state on his first year in office this week, urging Montanans to get vaccinated, but also touting opposition to mandating vaccines. As far as the state's growing shortage in affordable housing, he says the building industry needs to do its part too. The outgoing Glacier Park superintendent is looking back at his time serving over this national park, thanking the people who helped him do the job. Jeff Mao navigating devastating forest fires to the pandemic to a record number of visitors to the park in recent years. And that's today's Leading Look.
That Arctic air started filtering in yesterday, and our temperatures were falling as the day went on. Now we're definitely feeling the effects of it today. Look at those highs today along the High Line. -12 in Cut Bank. We could see -14 in Havre, 13 below in Glasgow, 6 below in Billings. But on the western side of the region, warmer. Not really feeling the effects as much. 24 for the high in Missoula. We'll go 17 in Butte and Dillon. But that Arctic air sitting on top of the area. We'll start to see temperatures rebound tomorrow, and then maybe some of us try to get into the 40s by the time we get to Friday. We have a shot of snow coming in through Friday morning. You can see those totals. Those numbers could be a little squirrely. We'll have a complete look at your forecast coming up.
MTN's Road to the FCS Championship is sponsored by Allegiance Benefit Plan Management.
There's a whole list of why people choose to go to MSU. And for Matthew Campbell, he chose MSU sight unseen for the academics, the skiing, and the music.
Down to your seats and welcome to the field, accompanied by the MSU.
He was super excited when he joined the Spirit of the West. You could pick him out on the field, out on the in the parade route. He was so animated.
Matthew Campbell had a heart for service, sports, and the Spirit of the West.
Matthew is about as gung-ho as you can get.
Matthew's journey with music started when he was young, and he carried that spark for band with him for the rest of his life. As an engineering student, he got the exciting opportunity to move to Denver to tackle some big city issues. That's when he got the news.
Right before he moved down, he was having some issues, just some health issues, and they did a CT scan and it came back cancer.
Matthew was diagnosed with a rare childhood cancer. The prognosis? Grim. But that didn't diminish the work Matthew was set on doing. He continued his master's work, joined an elite adult hockey league, and gave his gift of music in an LGBT band in Seattle.
He got out of the hospital that first time after this first round of chemo. He was going to have a two-week break. So he was like, Mom, Arapahoe Basin is still open. I'm going to go skiing.
Matthew passed 2 weeks before graduating, but continues to give to the world through kindness. His mother donated to the MSU marching band in his name to help them get to Texas. Something she knows Matthew is smiling about and saying, "Go Cats, go."
What he could have continued to contribute to this world. and he had huge plans, and he's still contributing. Every time I fly into Bozeman or drive in, it just feels like Matthew, the big sky, the sunsets, and I just know his spirit's still there as well.
In Bozeman, Jane McDonald, MTN News.